Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to another session for GAMPRG2. Today, we're going to talk about um, how to spawn um, using T sub class off. Tapos, I'm going to teach you how to do yung colliders in C++. And then, how to use event dispatchers or how to do it in C++. Okay, so before we start, does anyone have any questions or concerns about either the last meeting or no, in general, concern about Camp Rook 2 in general? Okay, sige. So latest, I don't know. So yung module na to, again, hindi siya strict. So, ang pinaka-deadline talaga is the last, is it October 20? Ano ba nangyari sa atin? Nawala ta, I think so. Let me just double check. 15, tapos 32, 39. Nawala tayo ng isang meeting. Isang meeting? Anong meeting na nawala? Dalawa, no? Yeah. Yeah, mas ahead nga siya eh. I think dalawang meetings nga to. So, uh, I can move it just maybe one. I mean, we can technically do two. Let me just double check. 3, 10, 17, 24, 1, 8. Baka 1. Baka ano, pinaka-latest 27. I'm gonna change this na lang to 37. So, like I said before, okay lang na you don't submit it right away based on the due date. Ang the deadline is 20. Tsaka kapag hindi tama yung previous or may kulang yung previous module nyo, I cannot grade yung following modules. So, kailangan dapat tama yung latest na module. Okay? Uh, any more questions? So let's midterm. Basta ano, i-move natin to by 1 week. Actually, kaya nga itong gawin in 1 day. Huh. 15, ano ba lang 6? Let's make this to 9 p.m. Okay. Any more questions or concerns? None? Okay, sige. So if there's no any other questions or concerns, we can go straight to uh, yung topic natin today. So, I've taught you how to move. I've taught you how to do yung new function, new property. Ngayon, I can teach just maybe a bit of, or at least let you understand how to spawn things. And then later on nga, yung collider. Okay? So, how do you spawn? Gawa tayo ng game mode na lang muna. Or sige, uh, yung gawin natin si pawn. So in order for you to spawn something, you have to use a certain Unreal Engine, ano, Unreal Engine function. So let's see. I'll create a function here. Void spawn um bullet. So spawn bullet. So in order for you to spawn something, you need to use G world. Oh no, sorry. Get world. So this gets the world, and then arrow spawn actor. So what is it gonna ask for? A U class, a transform, a spawn param. So there are different ways. It has um different parameters in a select of parameters if you want. Tapos if you want a specific class nga, you're gonna do this. So example, let's use our demo actor. Ano? Sige, gawa tayo na, ay, no, sige, ito daw. For the class, we need to use the subclass of. So what does this mean? When you say the subclass of, we're looking at classes that are a subclass of kung ano yung isa-specify natin. So if we say the subclass of actor, anything that is from an actor will be able to be chosen here. What does it look like in Blueprint? In Blueprint, it's like doing a class reference of actor. So let's say here, um, to spawn actor and then class reference. It'll look like this. When you do this, you have the all the subclasses of actor, well, including actor, the blueprint mismo. You have all these subclasses. But if I say just a the subclass of pawn, so anything that is pawn related, it'll appear here. So only ito, be demo pawn, third person character. Okay. So if I say the subclass of demo actor, the C++ one, the class reference for it. Ang lalabas lang is dalawa. BP demo actor, which is the blueprint of demo actor, and demo actor itself. Okay, so that is T subclass of. So in this case, I want T subclass of actor, a actor, and then we name it um actor to spawn. Okay, so that's our actor to spawn. I'll do U property, make it edit anywhere. So in here, I can do a actor. Kasi wala lang, gusto ko i-actor siya. And then the class or the first parameter, which is the class, will be to spawn uh, actor to spawn. That is the class. Next is transform and spawn parameters. You could either do the others where you put the vector, the rotator, but you have to you have to make sure that if you're going to use this one, you have to fill everything up. Di lang pwede just vector tapos diretso spawn parameters. You have to fill up the vector, you have to fill up rotator. Okay? Uh, so, one way you can do is like F transform, transform. And then F spawn para F actor spawn parameters. Spawn param. These are just structs. Okay? These are just structs lang. So I can do transform and then spawn para. So I can do that. If you want na may laman agad siya, you could either do transform dot set location. So you can do that. You use a f vector. There's also another one way. Another way is I think this should work. Zero. Let me just check if this works. Yeah. So this means your spawn parameter would just be vector zero. Or if you want a specific vector, vector, and then this is where you put the values. So like zero, zero, zero. So this can work. Okay. So in my case, maybe I just want transform dot set location f vector zero zero 100. So for spawn param, you have lots of choices here. No fail. Um, the usual here that I use is override. Spawn collision, handling override. So this one should should look familiar to you. The undefined, the always spawn, adjust if possible but always spawn, and adjust if possible but don't spawn if colliding. So why should it look familiar to you? If you do the spawn actor here, you should have this. The uh, adjust location, default, etc. etc. So that should look familiar. Even owner. So if you see owner, owner is also here. Owner. Okay? So pwedeng ganito lang. F transform, F actor spawn parameter, and then put in here. You can't leave it empty. Hindi niya tatanggapin. Dapat. So if I try to, I think if I try to compile this, it shouldn't work. Yeah, it shouldn't work. Dapat. All right. So let's try. Let me just make this a U function callable, blueprint callable. And then if you want, let's put a debug. You debug message that is G engine message. Add on screen message. This will be, let's put the key, maybe 5 seconds. F color yellow, and then spawned bullet. Okay. If I compile this, uh, so yeah, while that's compiling, let me let's just create our bullet. Bullet. Just a blueprint now. Maybe put a sphere collider. A sphere as the main, and then let's give it no collision. Maybe a lifetime of time span. A time span of, yeah, lifespan. Maybe just 2 seconds. Let's give it some movement. Some forward. What's this? Ano tawag dito? Animation. Nope, 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 nope. Projectile movement. Let's make it go forward. Oh, I should have done X pala. Anyway, I'll just give it in the, okay, X. Maybe give it some speed. Initial speed 1000. Anywho, if we go back to our pawn, we should now have to spawn. And you should see, oh, sorry, nope, not that one. Actor to spawn nga pala, no? Actor to spawn here. And now, these are all the subclasses of actor. I can do, um, bullet, right? And then, how do we spawn? I'll just put here, um, ano, diba? Wait lang. Let's just add one more here. Let's put a jump. Just put jump here. Is me being a bit lazy. I can do a separate input action for it, but for now, I just want it to appear. A jump and then spawn bullet. Let's put that in started now. Spawn bullet. Okay, that's game mode. BP demo spawn. I press space. I spawned a bullet. I don't know where it is. It's spawning somewhere. It's bullet. If we go out of this, where's our bullet? Yeah. Zero? We're spawning at 000. 00 with a Z. Because I set it to a specific location of 00100. So if you want, based on the relative, if you wanted to base it on the transform of the pawn, I think this works. Get transform. Will this work? Maybe 100. You could do instead if you want. You can do like get actor location and then just put it here, and then just add in the other stuff like vector. Let me just see if there's a add. No, I think it's append. Append? No. Basta ano? Parang get actor location plus another F vector. But for now, I set it to relative transform to. Oh wait, not set location. Add add to add translations. Add to translation. I'm just making it more complicated, no? I can literally just do transform dot set location and then the transform plus f vector 100. So there really is no add. Uh f vector. Hold on. Translate. No. Is there nothing to add? You see, I could also just search it. No, not transform. Get actor location. There we go. I think this is just the same as this. Somewhat. Okay, I think. Well, besides the no, kasi kapag ready to transform, that means it also includes the scale and rotation. So, uh, maybe not. But yeah. Okay. Compile, press play, jump, and then there you go. It is spawning in front of us. But I'm pretty sure if I rotate, it won't follow it, no. So that means you also need to have transform set rotation into get actor rotation, and then dot quaternion quaternion. There. Then I think this should now, if you rotate if you rotate the actor. But anyway, I'll pick up my point. You can be able to change transform through this code. Uh, you could do also other stuff. You can just check mo lang yung mga yung ibang functions, and it should work. It's a matter of you just playing around with it. Okay. All right. So this is just a code. This is literally this part lang is the code for spawning a a actor, a subclass of actor. If you want a specific subclass, a specific class, in this case, maybe let's say do demo actor. If you want to spawn demo actor, of course, I need to forward declare it muna. There's a thing called demo actor, and then in the CPP, I would do include demo actor. Then what are we doing here? Unable to find class. Yeah, that's why. Ah, a demo actor. Sorry, a demo actor. And then for this one, if I want specifically from a demo actor, I say a demo actor. So why would you want to do this? Maybe you want to set it. Uh, you want to access some variables from a demo actor, no? Uh, to spawn. Like if I wanna call something within it, like what did we have in demo actor? Like take damage. Doesn't make sense, but you get my point. You're able to call yung mga functions niya by doing this. Okay, so what would that look like if I compile? Our variable should now be different. It'll only just be demo actor lang. Okay, questions? Clarification? For spawning? None? Clear naman. So again, you can use different, if you don't want to use the f transform, f actor spawn parameters, okay lang. You can um, code it yourself, spawn actor, a demo actor. So let's say actor to spawn. And then it will now ask you either these. So you say, let's say f vector 100 0 0, and then rotation f rotator 0 0 0. Okay, I think this should not work. Supposedly, kasi empty yung ano eh. Empty yung kulang pa siya ng parameter. Oh my gosh, it works. Does this work? No. So you need a rotator if ever. Mm, I see. Ayun. So this one, spawn param, it has specific things that you may want to use. Like nga yung ano, oops, why did if you need to do the, no, the spawn collision handling. Ayun, so you can do that. Okay? So, no questions? Clear? This clear? Clear. Okay. Sige. If that's the case, we can go to our um collision. Collision. Okay? So let's make a new class naman. It will be our the, actor. Let's just call it a bullet. Bullet projectile. Let's do our colliders and stuff here. We'll just make it simple lang. We'll have a sphere collider and then a static mesh in attached to the sphere collider, and then we'll start doing the collision. Okay. So let's do um u sphere component. Sphere component. Don't forget the asterisk for declare it class u sphere component. And also our u static mesh component, static mesh. Let's give it a um u property, visible anywhere. Mm, we can also put the projectile movement. So let's search that projectile movement. It's not called projectile movement. What's it called? Projectile movement component. Let's put that class u projectile movement component. And then projectile movement. And so don't forget the visible anywhere. Okay. Then let's go create that. Sphere component is equal to create default. Don't forget to include components, sphere component. Again, the only reason why I memorize this because I've been coding C++ stuff for Unreal. But if you can't remember, you just type here sphere component, and then it should show that it's under components. Okay, that's why I know it's there. So use sphere component. Let's call it sphere collider. This will be our root. Set root component sphere component. And then do our static mesh. Static mesh is equal to create defaults of object use static mesh component static mesh, and it will be um attached to our sphere static mesh set up attachment to our sphere component. And then finally, our projectile movement. So let's also include that. Include, where did I say it was? Um, game framework. Game framework. Projectile movement. Create default sub-object. U projectile movement component. Then projectile movement. Then if you want to add some of its default values, we can do initial speed is equal to 1000, projectile movement, max speed equal to 1000, and then you can also do the velocity if you want. For now, I'll just keep it as is. Okay, so here we created the one a while ago. Now, what if I want to add events when the sphere overlaps onto something? It will call a certain event within it. Wait lang. I just wanna do this. Collision. Collision. Set collision enabled. I don't want it. E collision enabled. No collision. I just don't wanna make it collide into anything. Anyway, again, so what if I wanna do the event thing? So if in code, in Blueprint, what that looks like is, remember here, well, I put a sphere lang. Remember, like to add event for the on component begin overlap, on component hit, on end overlap. You could simply just do that, no? Or if you didn't do that, but you did this, same thing. So begin overlap. So ito yun. Now I want you to notice this. It uses these set of parameters specifically. And you'll notice on the on hit, it's a bit different. Hit component, other actor, etc. So I want you to notice this. It always adds it, no matter what. Even though you're just gonna use other actor, it adds all of this. Okay. In code, what it looks like is sphere component, um, on component begin overlap. If I want something to happen when this is called, I do on component begin overlap dot add dynam. So it automatically adds this. I just control Z. Add dynamic. And it's gonna ask for a user object and a function name. So the user object is where the function will happen. The function that will be called will happen. So what happens is, kung ano yung nalagay mo dito, when this is called, the function that is in here will be called. Okay? So in this case, maybe I want the function to be from the projectile class mismo. So that'll be this. Okay? Because that's where it's going to come from. If it's going to come from another object, you have to specify it here. Then the function name, it has to be a specific function. Uh, in this case, coming from here, projectile. So ampersand, a projectile, colon, colon, and then a function name. Now the thing is, the function that you're going to add here must follow also this set of parameters. But how will you know? How will you know what are those parameters? If you go hover here on component begin overlap, if you right click, you can go to its definition. You will see that this definition is here. F component begin overlap signature. This is the data type. And then the on component begin overlap, the name of the um, variable. If you go check its definition, the data type, you will know this. You will notice that it is this. Declare dynamic multicast, and then here it is on component begin overlap. So this whole thing here is the on component begin overlap. And you notice it has the same things as the one in Blueprint. Specifically, everything after the third parameter. After the third parameter, you have the overlap component, other actor, other comp, other body index, etc. Overlap component, other actor, other comp, other body index, etc. Okay, so what I will do is I will get everything after the third parameter. I just copy this and then let's go create our function. You can name it anything. In this case, I'll just name it on overlap. And we just paste it. We paste the ones that we copied into the parameter. Okay, so that's what he did. Again, so what did he do? Uh, because this needs a specific function with a specific set of parameters. You right click, go to definition. On the definition, right click on the data type, go to definition, and then it will be brought here. And we copy everything after the third parameter. We copy that, we paste it, and then here it is. So let's create the definition. Ito na siya. And finally, in here, a projectile colon colon on overlap. And now, wala nang red. Okay? So what if you got something wrong? What if kulang ka ng parameter somehow? You will notice it will not accept it. It will say something like uh no instance matches the argument list. Okay? So kailangan parehas na parehas. Okay? So let's try that out. Oh, sorry. Very important. U function. Very important. Without this, even though you put this here, it will not call the function. You need to have U function. Right? So let's put another um, message here. Uh, and a key, and then let's give it 5 seconds. F color, yellow, spawned, ah, overlap, projectile. Okay, so important. You do it on the begin play. Do not do it on the constructor, the one where you bind. You do that in begin play because constructor does not always happen. It happens at a specific point, and sometimes it will not call at all, and then it won't. If you had this here, it might not call. Okay, so we do it in begin play. So let's test that out. Uh, any questions so far before I start testing it out? Any questions or concerns or clarification? None. I believe in you guys. So, compile, compiling, and then let's go create a blueprint of that. Projectile, BP, projectile. And then we have our sphere, our static mesh, our projectile movement. Static mesh, let's put the sphere here. Material sphere. We just give it basic wall. And then what are you? Overlap all dynamic. Okay. So now that that's there, let's bring it out muna. How big is the sphere collider? Sphere collider. How big are you? Let's make it the same size. Okay. So if I press play, I don't know if it overlapped anything. Uh I should not have added the the projectile movement. Let's just make it gravity. Let's put some gravity in it. 0. And then let's not make it move at all. Initial speed. Oops. Just make it 0. Let's put this here. Let's lower it a bit. Okay. How do I know if I'm overlapping it or not? I don't think I have anything here. Yeah, I don't have anything. Let's put a static mesh. And then does it overlap? Block all dynamic. Well, dynamic. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Overlap projectile for 5 seconds. If I overlap it again, overlap projectile. Okay, so why did it not work a while ago? Uh, like when it was falling from to the floor. You check our sphere component. I think it's this one. Overlap, overlap, overlap. I think. Let me just. What is the floor? I think the floor does not have something. Collision. Yeah, the floor doesn't have any collision or a proper collision. Yeah, that's why it didn't work. Okay. So anyway, I passed through it. Overlap projectile. If I did not have U function, so this is a common mistake. Sometimes you forget to add U function. Yeah, nothing. Sometimes you didn't add the U function. Ayan. Wala na yung ano. Wala na yung overlap. Because all you did was you forget to put the on U function. Okay? So, paano yung ano? Ah, sorry. Questions? Questions? None. So, if I wanted to do the sphere component, if I wanted to do on hit, on component hit, So on component hit dot add dynamic, if we go to the definition of on component hit, go to the definition of the data type, anything, I'm gonna get everything after the third parameter. Copy that. I can name it anything that I want. So let's put new function first. Void on hit, paste the parameters. Create my definition here, and then this. Then make sure ampersand a projectile on hit. And natangkap niya. So in here, let's put here hit projectile. Then let's make it destroy. Destroy. Okay. Compile, and then let's change the sphere. I mean the projectile. Let's make it block all. Let's return our speed here. We didn't see it. uh, let's make that a bit higher. Let's move that also to the side. Okay, so I don't see it. Ayan. So that's on hit. So important that you do it on the begin play. Okay, no questions so far. All good. Sige. There are no questions. Let's do the last part. Let's go create a event dispatcher. So event dispatcher, it actually is very similar to what we just did a while ago. It's just that we have to declare um the code like a while ago. Declare dynamic multicast something. So we need to do that. In this case, hmm, let's put it here. This is in projectile. So to do so, we do declare dynamic multicast delegate. And then you'll see you have multiple. You have just delegate, you have 8, 5, 4 params, 1 param. So this one, depending on how many parameters you plan to put. If you only have one parameter, you put one param. If you have no parameters at all, ito lang. So let's put a one param. One param. What do I want for the parameter? Hmm, that's a good parameter. Itself. A projectile. Ah, wait, sorry. Delegate name first. The delegate name, you have to name it F um F on destroy or on hit. Do I want on hit? On destroy na lang? On destroy. That's the delegate name. Then so for now it's just gonna be white no. Then parameter type itself. So a projectile. Parameter name projectile. You can name it anything. Let's say bullet. Pwede siya bullet. It's gonna be red. It's gonna be red muna because it doesn't understand anything from here. Ah, sorry. Um, I want it to be a pointer. Okay, so right now it doesn't understand that this is a delegate. Okay, so now it is. So from that, we create the actual event dispatcher. Let's put it here in, let's put in public. Public on destroy. Then if I want it to appear in the blueprint, this is a U property. And then blueprint assignable. So blueprint assignable, what it does is, in event dispatchers in here. So if you like create an event dispatcher, it's the bind. This is assignable. So it will appear like this. Parang siyang ganun. Blueprint assignable. So for now, let's do that. Blueprint assignable on destroy. And then let's call that here. On destroy dot broadcast. So what this does is it will broadcast a message for the on destroy. And who's gonna be getting that message? Whoever's gonna be listening to, or whoever is binding to this on destroy. So broadcast this, because I said no, it is a projectile. So I'm broadcasting this. Okay. So who will want to listen? Uh, for now, what do I want to make it listen to? Let's put on the demo pawn from a while ago. Let's change our demo actor. Let's try using the projectile. A projectile. A projectile. So this should be a projectile. Oh wait, not that. Not this one. This one. A projectile. A projectile. Don't forget to include projectile. Okay. So we are now spawning this projectile. And then let's go to spawn. That, if I want to listen to it, it is literally just like the one we did for colliders. On destroy dot add dynamic. So it literally is the same code. So maybe this, and then I have to give it the function. So let's create a function void on destroy bullet. And then, so if you did it a while ago, on destroy, go to the definition, F on destroy, go to definition. It's this one here. In this case, it's bullet, a projectile. A projectile, projectile. You can name it anything. Then don't forget you function. Okay. So if you create this, um, what do I want to do here? From G engine message. So I have so many messages na. 5.0 F color red naman. The string, projectile. Can I get a name? Get get name. And then in here, since this is happening in this, which is demo pawn, so I will do ampersand a demo pawn colon colon uh on destroy bullet. So now I am listening. This pawn, this demo pawn, is now listening to the one that's being spawned. And then what happens is when on destroy is called, it will call this. It will call this whole function on destroy bullet. So let's test it out. Compile. Don't forget to change the actor to spawn. BP projectile. I have a feeling our projectile's too big, but anyway, yep, it's too big. Let's make it smaller. Or we can do spawn param dot spawn collision handling. Spawn collision handling always spawn adjust if possible, but always spawn. Compile. Well, well, it's in front of us. So let me let me just change the camera. Ay nako, hindi ako naglagay ng visible anywhere. Oh, I did. I do have it visible anywhere. In this case, I need to reset it. Reset. So this way, what happens is if you forget to put visible anywhere, it will not appear here. And then let's say after you compiled it, nawala. And then you do your changes, and then wala pa rin. You could just right click, asset action, reload. Oh, you're still not there. Why aren't you still there? Spring arm. If that doesn't work, class settings, actor, and then demo pawn. Balik ulit sa kung asan siya. And then there it is. Okay, so that's two ways. That's two ways of resetting a blueprint in case it's not working properly. Either just reload in asset action, reload. If not, you manually reset it. Change its actor, change the parent class to anything here, and then back to whatever class it was. Okay, so let me just put this up in the Z, and then let's give it that material sphere. Crash. It crashed because if you saw my code, if I press space, it should have done spawn bullet. Problem is, actor to spawn was null. So its answer to that is it'll crash. So always make sure to save. Control Shift S, save all. Or else if that happens, tapos yung changes mo, hindi mo pala na-save, it's na-crash, wala na yun. Okay? So, where's actor to spawn? Actor to spawn BP projectile. And as you see, hindi na-save yung ano. Hindi na-save yung changes ko sa spring arm. So let's just increase this Z, Control Shift S. There we go. Okay. So what's happening is, let me just bring this down a bit. What's happening here is that after I spawned, diba? After I spawned, sabi ko to spawn on destroy a dynamic, meaning I listen or bind the on destroy to this function G engine. So what happens here is that we have here on component hit, diba? On hit. When on hit happens, I broadcast on destroy. Since I broadcast this, anything that is listening to this or that is bound to on destroy will do its event. In this case, it does the on destroy bullet. That's why it doesn't appear right away. That text, it appears only as it falls to the ground. Okay. So, ayun. Any questions for event dispatchers? It's literally just like the event dispatcher in Blueprint. It literally is the same. So, di ba dito? Let's say I have I have a specific I have a parameter of uh vector. The only thing that I can assign to it is a function with a similar parameter, a vector. If I did bind, then create event in here, you'll see wala akong masyado mapipilian. Or at least ito yung mga to because their their function, the parameter in these functions is just vector. But if I do create a parameter, a event, create, I know, um, don't add event. Oh, forgot how to custom event. And then I put a vector. You see here, custom event is now here. So same idea. It needs to have the same parameter so that it can do this. Okay, questions? Clarification? Not? Okay, sige. If there are no questions or clarification, technically, you can do the project, the whole um, midterms with these. You now have the code for moving, the code for spawning, the code for event dispatchers, the code for how to do the collision. No? With all that, that's all you need for midterm project. Okay, so technically you can start working on it, and you can already finish it with all these knowledge that you just got. All right. So again, no questions. Okay. So if there are no questions, that's it for today. I'll be seeing you again next week. Next week, I can teach you how to debug your code, how to read logs. No, this will help you, especially if you do encounter yung parang you're not able to open your project anymore. Let me know. I can teach you before next week happens. Because next week, when I teach you the debug, how to debug, it will probably solve all those problems for you. Okay, but for now, if you ever happen na parang di mo mabubuksan yung project niyo because you have a code that's not right, just let me know and I'll help you out. Okay. So yeah, um, that's it for today. You guys can go and enjoy your night.